So there it is, crammed into my garage, finally. This is my dad's 1992 W250. It is a four-wheel drive, 5-speed beast. It's got the 5-speed standard, luckily, four-wheel drive. It's got 400,000 kilometers on her. Well, that's when the speedo stopped. Or the, yeah, I don't think this is stock. Maybe somebody could tell me if this up here. I don't think that's stock. I think he might have added that in. Anyways. Besides that, she's bone stock. She's bone stock. I have a video that I put out so far where I took the box off of it with my tractor this summer. But my main problem was that my garage wasn't insulated. So I rolled this out, I insulated the ceiling of the garage, and then I kind of threw this together. I rolled this back in. So, the good and the bad. The good starts every time. Starts, drives forward, drives in reverse, all the gears work, four-wheel drive works. The bad. It's a rust bucket. Absolute rust bucket. So every single part on this beast is coming off. It's getting sandblasted and painted, or ground down and painted. And oh, look at this, the exhaust. She fell right off. She fell right off. He had the air rights on it, the ride rights. See the corner of the cab there. If I keep going around on the passenger side, you can see the rockers need to be done really badly, and also even just the cab mounts and everything look pretty rough on the cab itself, especially at the front here. So that's something I'm definitely gonna have to tackle. It has the famous hole in the front of the driver's side at the lip, so that's gonna have to get repaired. Let me see, driver's side. This is the scary side. This is the side that's gonna need the most love. So the driver's side floor is basically done. Right? You can move it with your hand and it's soaking wet, and that is 100%, well, is mostly from the hole in the hood, or in the roof. So you can see right here, basically this all has to come out. The cab mounts in the front have to be rebuilt. And yeah, everything's got to be fixed up and welded, and I think that we can salvage it. My goal with this truck is to make it as stock as possible, but I want a little more horsepower in it. My goal is 400 horse. So I've got a few things ordered, a few things coming in. I ordered an HX35. I ordered a 3200 governor spring and a Hungry Diesel fuel pin, which I'll be throwing into it. I'm going to throw a kind of a DIY air intake into it, and besides that, yeah, she's gonna be pretty stock. I'm gonna throw some gauges into it, some ISPRO gauges, and also I saw a cool video on Decent Garage where he put a backup camera in it. So I got kids running around the yard all the time here, and for me it's just something that you won't even notice by looking at it, but it'll have that little detail where you'll be able to back up and hook up your trailers and stuff like that. So yeah, it should be pretty fucking cool. I'm stoked. There's a bit of a backstory on this truck. This was my dad's truck, and 5 years ago, in a couple months it'll be 5 years. 5 years ago, he left our lives. He had a heart attack, and he was with us yesterday and gone today type of thing. And I have a lot of really good memories with my father in this truck. So I'm kind of at that point where it doesn't matter what it costs, doesn't matter what energy I have to put into this thing, it's gonna get done. And as I do it, I'm gonna do it right. I'm going to take every bolt apart on this truck and rebuild it. So I'm guessing it's gonna take me 2 years. So in reality, it's probably gonna be 3. But to be honest with you, it's not going to be about the end result. It's going to be about the journey of working on this thing as I go. There's a lot of things I noticed that he already did to it to maintain it, which I'm very thankful for, because he parked this truck because it was blowing U-joints constantly, and he didn't want to commute with it anymore. It was leaving him on the side of the road, mostly because of U-joints. So he downgraded to a smaller truck, a new one though, and commuted with that for years. But this truck here, it lasted him a long time. Like I said, over 400,000 kilometers. But I think after the dash quit on him, I think it actually went to about 650. So I'm gonna change everything on this thing. I'm gonna do everything I can. There's obviously going to be a few things that I'm going to have to get other people to do, but for the most part, I'm hoping to do as much as possible. My weak points are welding. I'm not good at welding. It's something that I've done in past videos for things like I worked on the bowler and I did a little bit of welding on the frame, but by no means am I good at it. So there's obviously going to be some things like welding in panels and body work that I am going to sub out. But besides that, I'm basically going to take this thing on full force and learn as much as I can along the way, because I do plan on maintaining this thing for the rest of my life. So let's see if we can make it to 1,000,000 kilometers on this thing, and let's see if we can make it to 2. Who knows? But I do remember being with my dad in this thing a lot, and you know, like laying on the bench across the front, sleeping while he was driving, because back then rules are what rules? But it's near and dear to me, and it's going to be a I'm guessing 2-year project. So I'm going to videotape the whole thing, kind of like I did with my bowler, and I'm going to take on, to me, a completely different world, something that I've never done. So I've tinkered, I've changed oil, I've changed brakes before, but never gone into something like this. So I'm the type of person that if I try, I'm going to get it done. So I'm going to need your help along the way. Any support helps. And yeah, come with me for the journey. It should be an interesting one. Basically, you're going to be watching a lot of teardown for a few episodes, and then after that we're going to start building this beauty back up to its original splendor. It's going to be exciting. It's going to be exciting, and I honestly can't wait. I've been waiting for this moment for 5 years, 6 years. I've been waiting to actually start this project, so it hurt me every day to watch it sit there and rust. So what the fuck do you do, right? You just, one day it kind of snaps in your head and you say, that's it, I'm getting things done so I can get it in the garage and get going. So, welcome to my project, welcome to my channel, welcome back to my channel if you watched my bowler stuff. And it's a tight space to be working on a big truck, but luckily it's not a 4-door. Alright, cheers.